Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera here, co-founder of NBC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for the end of the week, Friday, August the 7th. News reports this morning, very important news reports this morning. What do we got on the docket for today? We do have payroll information. We have hourly average earnings, non-farm employment change, and obviously the unemployment rate. These should be coming up in the next couple of minutes. Matter of fact, it may be happening as we're doing the analysis. Obviously, both of these numbers are expecting to be a little better. So they're expecting the unemployment rate to be a little lower, and they're expecting average earnings to have dipped, but only a 0.5%. So let's see what kind of an effect this is going to have on the markets today. But let's jump right into our analysis this morning. Market continues its relentless pursuit of all-time highs. And if you're seeing, guys, I hope that you start to understand every day as you watch these market forecasts, how the markets continue to provide us clues as to what it wants to do. As you notice, every time we break one of these flags, there's our 2-day even though these 2 days here, we ended up to the downside, you can see the rallies to the upside. We have, we dipped to the 20, off the 20 twice. Look how the market in the late afternoon recovers. Then you see the 4 days in a row to the upside. Today we're starting in the red. But the ultimate goal of this market is to retest these all-time highs. Once we get to these all-time highs, guys, the truth of the matter is anything can happen. Anything can happen. Saving grace that we have, plenty of support at the 20, at the 50, at the 200, and the 80. We have plenty of support at these moving averages, which at this point most of them start lining up with previous areas. But nonetheless, it's still a kind of tough market to trade, because although the volume is better than average for a July, the movement has just been just like a July. I don't know if that makes sense to you. So the volume is very similar, is very high comparatively to July's, but the movement is exactly like July. So it takes a lot of patience. And I know that we're in August right now, but it's kind of these 2 months seem to be whitewashes. So this is what's going on right now. So that's what makes it a little bit more challenging. That's why it's so important to understand price action. That's why it's so important to understand exactly what it is that you want to do. You want to make sure you have a plan, and you want to make sure that you trade your plan. Let's jump quickly here to our next price movement. And here's our chart. This is my go-to chart at a long-term, the second long-term basis here. As you notice, we broke above all the previous resistances that we were expecting. We do have a very clean trend line where the market is obviously using as support, and these are very key areas here, because right along here we have a lot of a lot of buyers hanging around right around here. We have a lot of buyers hanging around here. We do have a little bit of a flag here, another one of our bull flags there. Obviously, expectation is to continue higher, but if the market decides to move a little lower, again, we do have a lot of buyers in this area here. So when you're looking to trade a market like this, and the ranges are very shallow, you need to make sure that you wait for the obvious deeper retracements in order to, number one, have a good place to protect your stop. But also, the deeper you go, the cheaper you buy. The cheaper you buy, the better it is, because now you can wait for pivot to pivot trades. Let me just show you exactly a better example of that on another time frame. This is our chart here that we use to trade. Here is the market. This is the intraday high above yesterday. Here's the market attempting to run through it. Couldn't do it. We find support here. We have a descending triangle. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for this. We're looking for markets to come and retest. Here's the news happening right now, the unemployment news, and look at the effect on the market. This was our original first play, short. Market breaks above it. This is all news related. Okay, you have to wait for the market to calm down in order to determine what the market is going to do. But our original play was look for the short as long as it remains around this pink line here, between this pink line and this triangle here. Of course, any break below this becomes an aggressive sell day. Now that we're having movement above this here, now we start looking at more aggressive buys. That's the play for the day. And obviously, if we break above the intraday high, we know that our next potential resistance test is going to be out here. So careful to wait for the news information to make sure it flushes out of the market. Be very careful today where you place your stops. Make sure you look for the deeper pullbacks in order to go long or short. Take care and have a great trading session.